And this is Kentucky Hot Brown Boys.
Welldagum! I'm pretty sure you told me about how you started doing that, but that is fucking great. I just love yelling that.
It's spot on, man.
It's pretty damn good, man. But welcome to this week's edition of the Kentucky Hot Brown Boys podcast. I'm your host, Jerry Saylor. Dusty B is out on vacation this week. It's not paid, so don't expect a paycheck when you come back, Dusty B. Not that you get one anyway, but I'm just saying.
No residual.
No, he's up there in Minnesota doing some fishing. He sent me a picture. He caught a big old fucking fish already.
Nice.
So he's having fun. In the studio with me tonight, if you couldn't guess by the first words to come out of my mouth, is Mr. Welldagum himself, Mr. Josh. How are you, sir?
Doing well. How's it going, man?
It's going pretty good, man. It's going pretty good. Dagum is taking over on the video controls tonight. Said he wants to do Dusty B proud, so
Try.
Dusty B, if you're out there watching, if the cameras fuck up, it's on Josh. So, have you had experience running cameras before?
No, not really. I mean, running my phone, I guess, and filming stupid stuff for Snapchat or whatever.
Well, that counts.
Yeah,
that counts. We'll let it slide. We'll go. How many times do you think you've worked a camera, man?
I would have to say maybe 3 or 4.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Had to do it, man. You probably saw that one coming.
I
but
saw it coming.
I figured I would just throw it out there and get it out of the way right now. So how what's it been? Has it been 2-3 weeks since we last saw you?
Yeah, probably a couple weeks now.
Couple weeks. They all just kind of run together for me anymore.
Yeah.
You know, if I didn't pay a slight bit of attention, I wouldn't even know that today's Friday. Honestly,
I was having trouble remembering what day it was today too. Like I had to check my phone a couple of different times, even though I saw it once. I was like, wait a minute, check that again.
Yeah.
Make sure what's going on today.
I know it said Friday, but was that last week when I looked at my phone, or was that like 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, we're in a space-time continuum with the 2020 year.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of
it's just all
skips and jumps in the time continuum, I'd say.
This week's been a little worse for me because usually I know like what day it is because my wife works, but she's been on vacation this week.
Oh no!
And all we've done is fucking paint. Like today's like the first day we have not painted a room in our house. Wow. Which, by the way, you have to come up and check it out before you take off. Kitchen looks good, and the office and stuff all looks good.
Good.
But yeah, it's just been a busy week, man.
Yeah.
It was my idea last night to get started like taping off and getting the office ready to be painted. And we started that about, I guess it was like 11 o'clock or so. Yeah. And I was under the impression we were just going to tape it off, get it moved, and maybe like do like some trim work and stuff, and go to bed by like 1-2 o'clock.
Right.
No, at 3:30 I was tapping out. I was like, baby, I'm done. She's like, well, I'm gonna finish. I'm like, okay, you do that. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
She stayed up till 6 o'clock this morning.
Ugh.
And fucking did. But she slept till like 2:30.
Yeah.
So
that's nice when you get to do something like that.
Yeah.
When you actually get that opportunity. Like I worked really hard. They're going to take care of stuff. I'm just going to sleep in.
Yeah. Well, it sucked because like. I'm used to going to bed normally like around midnight, but since she's been off work, it's been like 1-2 o'clock, something like that. Well, last night it was just 3:30 rolled around. I was just like, babe, I'm fucking done, man.
These kids are gonna wake up here in not too long. Like
like there needs to be at least one adult here that's gonna be coherent in the morning,
right?
And I'll take that responsibility. I'm going to bed, but. Yeah, I was out, man. As soon as I hit the pillow, I was like, fuck that, man.
Yeah.
I just passed out, and I didn't even hear her come to bed.
Yeah. It's hard work painting and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like a trivial little thing, but it does so much more for whatever you're painting, your house.
Oh, yeah.
Outside or a shed even.
Oh, yeah.
It really changes everything about it for sure.
So it really does.
It's a job worth doing.
Yeah. I wasn't too thrilled about it.
Right.
And she was talking about it for a couple of weeks. She's like, I'm going to take a week off. And when we're going to paint some stuff in the house. And I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. That's cool. And then the time came and she took a week off work and was like, all right, let's go buy some fucking paint and shit. Yeah. I'm like, wait, you were serious about all that? Like, that's a big job. I don't think you understand. Yeah. Like you need to take vacation time. You need to like just loaf around the house all week and not do nothing. No, she's been like on her A game, like getting shit done and cleaned up and painted.
And I wonder, I don't know so much if that's just a woman thing, because my wife is that way. Like, she gets something in her mind, we're doing it. And she'll be like, do you want to do this? And I'll say, no, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it because I know it's what needs to be done, or I know it's going to make you happy.
Oh, yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. I say that constantly. Taking a walk, whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
You want to go out to eat dinner? I'm like, I want to eat something somebody else cooks, but I don't want to do the whole going somewhere.
Yeah. I don't want to have to load up in the car and just go.
But I'll do it because
Yeah.
I know it's what's going to make you happy.
But we have a lot in common, I think, Josh. I'm a yes man, too, when it comes to the wife.
Yeah.
You know, very few times. I'm trying to think here. I'm sure I have at some point where I just flat out was just like, no, we cannot do that. Like, that is not happening.
Yeah, I have those moments just from time to time of like, hey, no.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to put my foot down on this one. And it's never anything big, but it's just like, okay, it's too much.
Yeah.
gotta chill for a minute. But yeah, I'm a big yes ma'am. I get made fun of sometimes by buddies here and there. Like, you know, let me check with the boss. And they're like, oh, you can't make your own decisions. And no, I can't.
Well, we're in the same boat, man. So I feel you totally.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I don't really have any shame about it. I mean, I'm just.
Oh, I don't have no shame either.
She let me be a stay-at-home dad. You know, I'll do.
That's the way I see it.
Pretty much, she asked want me to do.
Yeah.
Or I didn't say those words right. Anything she asked me to do, I'll do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's pretty much what we do now. And like when I first started out, it was like, okay, yeah, I'll cook and clean, do all that stuff. Well, now there's like 4 kids fucking running around here. I gotta take care of them. It's like my cleaning has just fucking gone down. And like I'll clean up and keep like basic stuff clean, but she'll be like, "How come you didn't sweep the kitchen?" I'm like, fuck, because I know it's just gonna get dirty 5 minutes after I fucking do it.
I've been going through that same thing this past couple of weeks, I guess.
Yeah.
Of just like I just keep letting it pile up. The toys will be out, and I'm not making them put them away or something. And all of a sudden, there's just toys everywhere. And I'm like, I gotta get back in gear because it's the same thing. Like, it's just going to be messy in 5 more minutes.
Exactly.
Like, I can't.
I don't see a point in cleaning it when it's just going to be dirty again in 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah. The oldest one, he stopped taking naps now.
Like,
we
that's
had that.
rough.
I had like 2 hours where I could like just get stuff done.
Right.
And now it's just all thrown into a loop. So I'm like, well, you know, I gotta figure something new out. Like, oh, there's something growing on the toilet. Yeah, it's time to clean toilets.
Yeah. Totally. We've actually got to the point now where the 2 older boys, like, we'll make them do chores. But it's just like shit that I need to do and haven't done.
Well,
that's just like, hey, y'all need to go do this. Like, y'all live here for free. Go take the trash out.
You got a bunch of awesome stuff you get to play with all the time, so now you're gonna earn it.
Exactly. And I'm trying to get them to learn that, but it's like the oldest one, he gets it.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, you haven't bugged me all day to do anything. I've sat on my ass and played Xbox. Okay, I'll help you out. But the second oldest one, he's just like, God, Dad, I'm trying to play Xbox. This is only like the 80th match I've played all day. Cut me a break,
I've only got 6 hours in of gaming today. Come on, man.
It kind of threw me for a loop. I started getting those, like the Microsoft family parental updates or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Where it breaks down, tells you like how many hours a day, how many hours a week they've been playing. Dude, I swear to God, if my kids were professional gamers, they'd be averaging like 80 hours a week.
Ooh-wee.
Like, it's crazy. Like, I started looking at them numbers. I was just like, damn, like, these are not
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Like, I guess maybe they could be compared to like professional gamers who like get paid and shit.
Yeah.
But it's just like, fuck, man, they just sit on it and fucking play and play and play. And it's like, it's like upwards of like 80 hours a week.
Dang, man.
And it's just like, fuck, man.
Super jealous of that.
I know. I started playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
You play a little Fortnite, right?
Yeah, I used to. I've not played in a minute. So.
Yeah, I played. I think I maybe played like half a dozen games of it. And it's actually not that bad.
It's fun, man.
It's I think what really does it for me is I'm already good at those types of games.
Right. Yeah.
So and my level is like so low now. I'm playing with like a bunch of noobs.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just like killing the shit out of them. Yeah. It's like it's almost not fun, but it's fun at the same time because I just know there's some kid on the other end of that controller just fucking dying.
Falling apart.
Yeah, like, I almost had it. He fucking killed me. It was between me and him and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. I enjoyed Fortnite pretty good when it first came out. Like, it was so new and so cheesy. And it was just like, this is a lot of fun. You could do a lot of new things with it. And
I'm not into the building, though.
Yeah.
I don't build shit.
Right. Well,
and I hate when I'm like running up on somebody and like, oh, there's a fucking wall in front of them.
yeah,
Now.
they
Like,
got,
fuck,
they got a whole
man.
tower. In front of
Yeah,
them,
and it's like they're at the very top just laughing at you. I was
yeah.
like, you wait till you get down here, motherfucker. I'm gonna fucking shoot you.
Just keep some grenades and stuff to blow their bottom out so it falls down.
Yeah. Can you actually do that?
I don't know what the packages are now as far as weapons, but
Yeah.
like I used to keep something on hand to blow stuff up. There would be like C4 I could throw and blow up the bottom part of it.
And then it would just collapse.
Whatever's connected to the ground, if you blow that out, the whole tower will fall.
I need to remember that.
Yeah, at least that's how it used to be. So.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start doing that for sure.
Yeah. But I had to quit playing just because, like, if you didn't play at least 2 times a week, there was a new update every week.
Oh yeah.
And you couldn't. There was something brand new that you didn't know how to use, so you couldn't really compete if you didn't play 80 hours a week, I guess.
Yeah. Like it's weird. Like I used to hear my kids talk about it, and I was like, man, that sounds so stupid. Like why do y'all even play that game? Like it looks cheesy.
Yeah.
You know, it's too cartoonish. Like, well, play a real game. Play PUBG. And then it's like, I started playing it. And I was like, well, this actually is kind of fun, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially if you get some people that are like your age, so you're not playing with little 12-year-olds and stuff.
Yeah.
You game up with them. And
Well, see, that's kind of my problem. The only people I play with are my 2 kids and my nephew that watches the show. And he's all about it, man.
Yeah.
And like they'll start fighting and bickering amongst themselves, and one of them will quit because one of them found a rocket launcher or something and wouldn't give it to them, and they'll fucking quit. And it's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Like, come on, seriously?
Well, I play a lot of Call of Duty now, and like you get people that rage quit like that. They'll just get mad about something dumb.
Yeah.
And I never get mad like that. Like I'll get mad if I mess up or if somebody won't listen about something. I get a little bit like, oh hey, don't do that, but I never just quit.
Yeah.
Like even if I'm losing, I'm like, I'm just gonna try to mess up somebody else's game, go out there and go out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah. I don't think I've rage quit on any type of like online game,
Yeah.
but like older games, like old Super Nintendo and shit, I'd fucking rage quit on that.
Yeah.
You know,
But-
sitting there playing by myself, can't beat the boss or whatever, just fucking throw a controller and be pissed.
But you're the only one that's affected by that.
That's true.
When it's the online gaming, it's a whole nother. Our kids are going to be messed up a little bit. Like we got messed up from games that we played as kids, and they were like, "There's so much violence in Ninja Turtles or whatever."
Yeah.
But now there's a whole new level of like psychological stuff kids are probably dealing with now.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
I think you gotta be careful too. You don't go online, piss somebody off. Next thing you know, you got the SWAT team fucking banging on your door.
Heck yeah, man.
You know, you got somebody like Johnny Kook, like fucking pissed off, fucking sending the SWAT team to your house,
Oh,
fucking
jeez.
doing a DOS attack or whatever. You know, I think that's what it's called. I don't know. Is that what it's called? DOSing?
I have no clue.
I don't know. I'm sure if he's watching, he'll fucking pop in and let us know. But I don't know. Crazy shit, man.
Yeah.
Any games you're looking forward to playing coming up?
Not really. I don't know of. Where I only get like maybe a couple hours of a week, or a day, maybe, or a week sometimes.
Yeah.
I just keep it to one game anymore. I don't even have other games downloaded. I'm just
Right.
like, all right, I'm on Call of Duty. That's what I'm focusing on right now, and I'll just because I get to play with my buddies. That's
Oh, yeah.
the bigger part of it, and so it's my little shutdown mode. Kids are asleep. Yeah, well, I'm heading to the basement. I'm
There you
gonna
go.
Do my thing. Make some little kids feel bad about themselves.
I actually saw a meme the other day where it was like I don't even know the proper name for the meme. It's like fuck, I can't think what it is, but it was like mom gets a new boyfriend, like, oh, and it's like freak out or whatever. And it was like, but he's a gamer, and he's like, oh, okay. And it's like, but it's that guy that you beat 12 years ago in fucking Call of Duty. And say he was gonna fuck your mother, and it's like, ah! I thought that was kind of funny.
Playing the long game.
Yeah. It's like, I wonder how many of those guys actually went out and fucked somebody else's mom.
You know, it's a thing that can happen now, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's the meme right now that people are always like, listen here, I'm going to come and marry your mom, and I'm going to ground you from your Xbox. Keep this crap up, you know, like, I'm going to be your stepdad.
There was a thing, it was like on a radio show. I think it was called like the Second Date Update or something like that.
Yeah. My wife watches that, or listens to that all the time.
And they went on a date or whatever, and they had sex and shit, and like the guy never called the woman back.
Yeah.
And like they got him on the phone, and the woman was like, "Yeah, I had a really great time. Like he was an amazing lover, and oh, he pleased me in ways I've never been pleased before." And blah blah. He's like, "But he never called me back. Like I don't know if like I wasn't good or you know what it was."
Yeah.
And they got him on the phone, and he was like, "Yeah, I went to high school with your son, and he used to bully me every day, and I wanted to fuck his mom, so I did.
Wow.
And like she was like heartbroken. She's like, "Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like I thought we really had something going." He was like, "Look, it was just to get back at your son.
Oh man.
Like, and I have a feeling he's gonna find out about this and be super pissed, and that makes me really happy." And it was just like, "Damn, dude, that's fucking cold."
That's dark.
Yeah.
Like, that's a whole new level of like psychotic. I think.
Yeah. That's like he really went out and like fucked this dude's mom. Like, you motherfucker. Like, wonder how long he been planning that.
Oh,
You
I
know,
mean, years. You'd
Probably.
Have to imagine, yeah.
man, I just couldn't imagine that. That'd be the psychological effects of that would just fuck me all up.
Yeah, like well, and
Especially because
because
my mom's like 70 now. So I mean, I'd be happy that she got laid, but
at the same time,
at the same time, like, damn, dude, like, you could have just told me to, go fuck myself, and it probably would have hurt me more than that,
that's some commitment on some weird levels.
Yeah,
For sure. Ugh.
I don't know.
Oh,
That is
man.
weird.
I don't think I've ever threatened anybody online like that.
Yeah.
I usually say stuff to make them feel weird. They're like, "Hey, man, you got a real cute voice," something like that. Like just kind of. They're just like, "Wait, what?" And then it'll go to a new queue lobby, and they're like, "Wait, I can't talk back to him."
Gotta love online gaming, man.
Yeah.
Especially like the old school, like the old Call of Duty lobbies.
Oh,
Like
man.
those were brutal, man.
Insane.
The racist fucking bullshit that they'd fucking yell at people. It was like,
So-
oh my god.
Like you imagine
like-
people getting canceled for podcasts they do in the past of like, you see this tweet this person put out? If they could go back and get those logs
Oh, I
of
know.
people playing Call of Duty, there'd be a lot more people ruined right now.
Oh, a lot more. A lot more. Speaking of people being ruined, I guess I haven't really been following it a whole lot, but I guess there's like a big movement in like professional wrestling now, like hashtag Speak Up, I think is what it is,
Ooh.
where there's like a lot of wrestlers that are getting called out on shit
Wow.
that they've, said fucking years ago, or behaviors that they have in the locker room or something that people find offensive and stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Like, I haven't really read a lot into it, but one guy, I guess he was working as like an extra or something for WWE, and he was talking about his experience, and he was like, "Yeah, I wanted to rape Sasha Banks," and like this was years ago,
Yeah.
and now he's like starting to get kind of big, and like somebody dug that up,
Oh, geez.
and it's like he's now like suspended without pay for so long. He's got to do like some kind of therapy shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, like, I don't think he really wanted to fucking rape that girl,
Right.
but he fucking said it,
Yeah. Yeah, I look back, and I guess that's why I'm so sensitive to all this stuff now. Like,
Yeah.
my wife tells me I'm too sensitive about a lot of it, just worrying about pissing somebody off and stuff. And,
Yeah.
and I've got nothing to worry about. I mean, I don't really have anything that's bearing on anything, and I don't
Right.
have anything from the past that would really ruin
That
me.
you know of.
Right. But I look back sometimes at some things that I'd posted on Facebook or something, just trying to be a country funny person.
Yeah.
Because I'm the country one of the friend group, so they were always like, oh, he's going to say something semi-racist or just like off color.
Yeah.
And I just try to live up to that to be funny.
Right.
And I look back and I'm
You
like,
have your friends have expectations you have to live up
yeah,
to.
Yeah, you've
know.
got to bring the funny when you can bring the funny. So,
Right.
But yeah, I look back at some things and I'm so overly sensitive about that stuff now. Like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like, I was looking about selling T-shirts through a little side hustle thing or whatever, and I was telling my wife, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna, make up some funny little shirts or whatever, and just see if people want them. If they don't, I'm not out anything. If
Yeah.
they do, they can get it from this website, whatever. And she was like, oh, you should make some Black Lives Matter shirts right now. Like those would be selling like hotcakes right now. And I
Yeah.
said, no. If it ever came back that I am a white male, middle-aged, whatever, that is capitalizing off of this thing that I have no stake in. I've not been out there protesting or nothing. I don't have
Right.
any kind of clout saying that I'm a part of that, and I was making money off of it, and that came back around later.
Oh yeah. They'd fucking string you up, man.
Oh yeah, for
Like in
sure.
the middle of the town square,
Yeah,
and like throw rocks at you and shit.
yeah. She was like, I think you're overthinking it. And I was like, I think you're underthinking it. Yeah.
Shit, you gotta worry about shit like that.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm sensitive about everything. Anytime somebody doesn't reply to a text, I feel like I've screwed up something or I've said something. And I'm like, hey man, is everything cool? And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm always overthinking stuff like that. But
Sometimes that'll happen, man.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
You know who's bad about that was Chubbs.
Really.
Back in the day, yeah. He would always be like the first person to like say something and then wait like 5 minutes and be like, hey, wait a minute, You sure that didn't piss you off, man? It's like, no, dude, that was good. That was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, you're cool.
Yeah.
And then like he would just sit there and just like totally overthink it.
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh man, I'm fucking ruined now. And it's like, dude, calm down. Like you're fine. Like don't worry about it, man. You know.
Yeah, my buddies would always take advantage of that sometimes, and because I was gullible, just because I don't know, I would like to say I was trusting. They saw me as gullible, so they would always like do something that they know I would get overly sensitive about to like think I've upset them or something like that.
Yeah.
So they'd always lie to me or pull a joke and be like, I couldn't believe you believe me. And I was like,
like why would I not, man?
Like, I can't believe you'd lie to me. Like,
yeah.
You know, it was just a joke, but at the same time, I'm like, come on, guys.
You should have just spun it around and been like, you guys really hurt my feelings. I'm a very sensitive guy.
That's the thing, though. They probably wouldn't care. So they're just like, yeah, you pussy.
Oh, shit.
But, you know.
So speaking of like all like the sex scandals and stuff coming about, believe it or not, like I thought this was a joke, okay? The other day my cousin sent me a meme, and it was like Ron Jeremy, and it said like, Ron Jeremy accused of sexually something a woman.
Of
like
course.
and then it said like, you know, hey 2020, fucking calm down. And like I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh yeah, that's funny. There's no way fucking Ron Jeremy would fucking be charged with that kind of shit. No, he's actually got like 4 charges on him.
Oh my gosh.
Let me pull it up here on the old phone here.
Yeah.
I actually made a note of this. Where's it at?
Yeah, if anybody to get charged with something like that, it's like, no, that's his business. That's his line of work. What are you talking about?
Here we go. Yeah, Ron Jeremy, the sex scandal here. I'm probably going to turn my Wi-Fi off to fucking pull it up. I hate that. Come on. Here we go. Yeah, porn star Ron Jeremy has been charged with forcibly raping 3 women and sexually assaulting another in separate incidents dating back to 2014. I thought the statute of limitations was like 5 years on shit like that.
It's on specific stuff, though. I'm
Yes,
not
I
really
know.
sure what's what.
Ron Jeremy, age 67, was charged with 3 counts each of forcible rape and forcible penetration by a foreign object, and 1 count of forcible oral copulation and sexual battery. He pleaded not guilty to the charges. He remains in custody and is being held on a $6.6 million bail.
Dang.
His manager told CNN earlier this week that he's dropping the actor as a client.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Which in his line of work, like I said, and he's so iconic as far as that goes, like he probably just assumes everybody wants him to like go balls to the wall, like, okay, you're wanting me, gotcha.
Well, in one of the articles I was reading, it says like, you know, when he does like public appearances, like women will request to like be groped by him and stuff.
Yeah.
And
so it might just be like a conditioning thing of his line of work, of where he's just like, well, this is what they want.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I'm a showman. I'm gonna give him the show, and then
what gets me is like Ron Jeremy. He's a fucking legend. Huge cock. Yeah. I mean, are you familiar with his cock at all?
I think I've heard, seen a couple things Mom sent me through Facebook Messenger, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got a huge one.
Yeah, he's got a huge cock. So I mean, it's not like the guy's struggling to fucking get some tail. You know, I mean, I wouldn't think he would be anyway.
Right.
I mean, he could be now. I mean, he's not really doing a whole lot that I know of.
I hate to imagine what's going on in prison.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's going to be like. Maybe they like yeah, it's Ron Jeremy, or you know, he might be.
You never know. I don't think anybody's going to try to fuck with Ron Jeremy though.
It's hard to say. I mean, he's like a little troll type dude. He's not much.
He's not much to look at.
Yeah, he's not a specimen.
If it wasn't for his cock, I don't think he'd be in any type of porn work. But you know, it is what it is.
Right.
But it's like he's had more fucking chicks than probably me and you put together.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah.
On a weekend, probably.
Yeah. On a just a day.
4th of July weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, back in '86 or something. But I mean, it's like I don't see why. Like if he did it, I don't see why a guy like that would have to do something like that. He's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
You know, and he's 67 years old. I mean, you know. I would hope he could still, you know, be sexually aroused and all that stuff. Well, with all the pills and shit out there, you know, it's kind of
there's a ton of RX stuff out there for him, for sure.
But it's like I find it a little hard to believe. Like I find it hard to believe, but I don't doubt that it didn't happen.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, like nobody's not. I guess everybody can be held accountable for it, no matter what your background is and stuff like that.
But it's something like I said, it happened in 2014. Like fuck, like why didn't they come forward way back then, you know?
Well,
like, are they just now, like, somebody put a bug in their ear, like, hey, you remember that time you fucked Ron Jeremy on that pool table?
Yeah, you didn't want to do that, did you? And like, no, I didn't, did I?
Oh, my God, you're so right.
Yeah.
Why didn't I ever think of this before? I was totally raped.
Right.
You know? And I think that happens a lot, honestly.
Possibly so.
You know, well, maybe not so much. Well, I don't want to say not so much anymore, but, like, especially when, like, the Me Too movement came out.
Yeah.
Like, when that first fucking took off, I think a lot of it was just like, you know what? I fucked that dude in high school.
Yeah.
And now he's fucking worth billions of dollars. I think I'm going to say that he fucking raped me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to ruin him unless he gives me like $20 million.
Well, and in the like sex culture of sorts, like when you're growing up and stuff like that, you don't know anything for the most part. And so like any encounter with somebody is not 100% every time because you're either going to not know what you're doing or mess something up. And I don't want to take away from these people that are accusing him of this. Totally could have been a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, you know, just looking at it as a devil's advocate, I guess, you know, it's like, well, everybody has some weird times. You know, I have times I regret.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Glad that never came back on me, but.
Glad they couldn't fucking screenshot that tweet. You know?
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's a whole new thing with technology. Like,
I know.
We lucked out not having much internet when we were younger. But
yeah. Back in the day, you could do whatever the fuck you wanted because there wasn't, you know, you sell somebody with a fucking camera, like, the fuck you doing, man? And now it's like everybody's got a fucking camera right in their pocket.
Yeah.
You know? They can take pictures, fucking video, everything.
Yeah.
You gotta fucking be careful, man.
Yeah, it's the truth.
You gotta mind your P's and Q's.
Yeah, it's a whole new birds and bees talk with kids now.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's weird, man.
Yeah.
Kids nowadays, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh hey, Dusty actually commented. I didn't see that. He said, "Balls, what up? Love you, dudes."
Oh.
I hope he's still watching.
Yeah.
I don't know if he is or not. But I don't know how long them comments have been up there. But
yeah,
we hope you catch a lot of fish up there, Dusty. I know me and Dusty, we've been watching a lot of that show you told us about, Alone.
Oh man.
So I told him before he left to go up there, I was like, man, you're going to be out there in the middle of the woods and you're going to go in like alone mode.
Yeah.
You know, start eating fucking snails and worms and shit just to get some protein.
I found these plants out here. You can make a good herbal tea out of this and give you some vitamin C. Yeah.
But we started watching that show and that's a fucking good show, man.
I'm telling you, man, I've tried to preach to it to people until they watch it. Like you said, after you've seen it, it's like, I got to see more of this.
Well, and it was like me and Dusty, like we'll hang out after the fights and stuff on Saturday nights. And we'll watch like Survivor Man and stuff, and like we got hooked on that. Like we watched a fuck ton of those.
Right.
And it just got to the point where it's like, okay, well we've seen all the Survivor Man stuff. Like what else is there? And then you come along, you were like, hey, check out the show Alone. It's like Survivor Man with like 10 people.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fucking legit, man.
It's
like some of the
cool.
shit these people do. It's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah,
like
for those that don't know, it starts off on the History Channel. There's like 5 seasons, and Netflix picked up the 6th season, so you can go out and check it out on Netflix.
I think they've got more seasons. I think they've got like 8 seasons now.
8?
I think.
Oh, really?
I think when I went on my Amazon Video, I think it had like 7 or 8 seasons on there.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool though.
It was weird that it was season 6 on Netflix. Yeah, that's the reason I just went with those numbers. But yeah, it's an amazing show. People just going out and living off the land all alone.
Yeah.
There's some seasons that have couples where they separate them by like 2 or 3 miles.
They have to find each other.
They have to find each other with all they have is like a location for their compass.
Yeah.
And they have to follow that bearing point. And then if they find them, they can work together, build a shelter, blah blah blah.
Right.
But then they've got to try to survive for 2 or 3 days or however long it takes to find them, because they really don't know. They just know go that direction.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense. It's pretty fun.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think if I was in that kind of situation where I had to find my partner or whoever was on the show with me, I'd just create a big fucking fire.
Yeah.
That'd
be the thing to do, really.
Yeah.
If you could get a fire started in some of those places, some of them.
Yeah. Like the first, I went back. I'm starting to watch the first season. They're up in like the Pacific Northwest, up in Vancouver Island, and like everybody's having a hard time fucking starting a fire. Like a couple people have them, but like majority of people are like, it's just too fucking wet.
It stays wet constantly.
Yeah, like I just can't get anything to fucking burn.
Yeah. Well, and the guy in season 6 on Netflix, he was like, I can start a fire in anything, and he's like, so I didn't bring a flint and stone. Everybody brings flint and stone type things, and he was just like, yeah, I can do this, and.
He did it. He had a hard time at first, but he got it.
Yeah, he was saying something about the like on a normal tree, you cut it, you can count the rings, but in that area of Canada or Alaska, you can't. The trees are so tight together, you can't even count the rings on the inside of the trees.
Wow.
He says where it's so tight, it won't. It's too compressed.
Yeah.
So it won't cause the ash.
There's no like air
right
inside it to help the
actually
fire
light.
get going.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's and he figured that out while he was there and was like, oh yeah, I've got to work harder and he found like a piece of wood that floated up on the beach that was like a cutting board. And he was like, yeah, I'm keeping that to start fires for sure. Because it had the normal rings and the normal compression of regular wood.
Right.
So
it's an interesting show, man. It's got me thinking like, man, I kind of want to go do like a survival trip. Like even if it's just like a weekend or I'm thinking like a week.
Yeah.
You know, I think like a week would be great.
Yeah.
Take a couple supplies with me.
Right.
You know, just as like backup.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I didn't fucking catch and
a power
kill anything.
bar
Yeah, just something small and like easy to keep on you and like yeah, man, like a power bar is gonna last me.
Right.
You know.
Well, I've got a bunch of those MREs too. I keep some of those in the garage when I got people that's been in the military and they're like, oh hey, I got a few extra MREs. You want them? And I'll hang on to them. And I've ate them on camping trips just to make it easier than packing actual food in a cooler or something. And
I'd like to try an MRE, man.
Yeah, I can hook you up. There's some.
Bring one next time you think about it.
Yeah.
I like to try one just to give it a shot, man. You just like add water to it, or do you have to cook it, or what do you have to do with it?
Depends on what you have.
Right.
If it's a mac and cheese, beef mac and cheese, you'll add just like boiling water to it and let it sit in a pouch. Because you can get them from like Field and Stream or Bass Pro, where it's a thing of jambalaya or something, and you put hot water in it, let it sit for 15 minutes or 10 minutes, and by that time it all absorbs all the water and gets cooked, and they're usually pretty tasty, and they're not anything to write home about usually.
Yeah.
But then they'll have like peanut butter and crackers and stuff like that. It's a lot of caloric intake on them, so like if you're used to normal food, you eat that, you're going to get clogged up real quick.
Yeah.
If that's your main source of food, but if you need the calories and you're hiking a bunch and stuff like that, it's like pretty handy to have.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of interesting to like watch these shows, and you see the people and they're like, yeah, I haven't eaten in like 2 or 3 days.
yeah.
And it's just like, damn. And then like they get it so excited when they catch like a squirrel or something. Like season 6, like this chick caught like rats,
muskrat
or mice or some kind of mouse thing, and like she was crying. She was so happy she found it, and I was just like I don't think I could eat it, but then again, I'm not like starving.
Yeah.
Like, if I was like starving and my stomach was hurting and I needed food, fuck yeah, I'd eat the shit out of it.
Well, you remember Ray, right? The hippie.
Yeah,
the hippie guy. He was like out there talking to the squirrel every day, and then he was like,
he was like, I had to eat it.
Yeah, like I've not been catching any fish, I've not been killing any animals, so sorry, little buddy, I'm gonna have to kill you.
Yeah,
and he'd like sit down and cried because he was like,
he's like, I killed my friend.
like I've been talking to this guy, and now he's gone. I ate him. But he fueled my body, and my buddy messaged me. It was like, F Ray. He's like, it's a damn squirrel.
Didn't he say something like, he lives inside me now,
yeah.
or some shit like that? Yeah.
He lives inside me so I can live. And my buddy was like, F Ray, I want to see him gone, man. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, he was a cool cat, man.
Yeah, I liked him.
I liked everybody on there in season 6.
Oh yeah, they had a all-star team of people surviving out there. Because like some of the other ones, like you started watching the first seasons, like they're out day one.
Day one, yeah.
Yeah, just
it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
He was like, he got spooked by like some bears, and he's like, yeah, I'm a cop. I'm always in charge of the situation. Blah blah blah. And then like, he wasn't even there like a couple hours, and like he was already freaked out when he saw a bear.
Yeah.
You know.
Which if you're not used to hunting a lot, which the guys that always are like, yeah, I've been hunting all my life. I know I've survived out in the wild hunting deer and blah, blah, blah. They never do that great.
Yeah.
They have to be rounded off as far as knowing herbs and knowing all the different plants that are out there because...
Yeah. That's what would get me.
Yeah.
Is like, I wouldn't know, like can I eat that berry?
Right.
Or can I eat that plant or whatever?
Right.
I was be like, I think I'm just going to go try to fucking kill something, you know.
What was that guy that killed a rabbit and it had been pregnant, so it was lactating? And he's like, oh, yeah, that's milk. It's got babies somewhere. And he starts drinking the milk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. There was one. No, it was a fish. He caught a fish.
It had the egg sacs in it.
Well, no, it ate another fish.
Oh, yeah.
And it was inside. It was like 2 for 1. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like, damn, dude. Like, That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever caught a fish and it had another fish inside it
Well,
that I know of.
the part that I like the most is like they can only take 10 items, so they have to pick and choose what those items will be, and then if they find trash that's floated up from
they're
wherever
allowed to use
they're
it.
allowed to use it. So people find gas cans, or they'll find a barrel.
A barrel, yeah.
Or just tin cans. I'm like, man, if we did this on the Ohio River, we'd have like a house.
Yeah.
There'd be a floating barge.
It'd be
coming
like
by.
a crack house, but
Yeah, it's still.
you know,
It's a house you didn't have to build.
yeah. It's crazy to watch and think like they only get 10 items.
Yeah.
And they're all pretty much like the same. Like pretty much everybody picks the same
Yeah,
shit.
got an axe, got usually a saw,
Yeah.
sleeping bag, of course, so much clothing.
Then they got like a basic first aid kit.
Yeah.
I think they're given that though.
Yeah, they have something to ward off bears usually.
Yeah.
And they have a first aid kit.
A bear buster.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they had this season. The
Yeah.
other times they just have bear spray, like just pepper spray.
Has there been a season where they allow them to take a firearm?
No firearms. It's always a bow and arrow if you want to. And
Yeah.
first few seasons, nobody even took a bow and arrow. They were just like knives and, like, oh, yeah, I need this, an axe. I'll do what I can. But this last season, they were like, yeah, almost everybody had a bow and arrow. Like,
Yeah, I think there was only a couple people that didn't take a bow and
Right.
arrow, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think one of them was a woman, and
Yeah.
I forget who the other one was.
Well, and I think that's the mindset, too, of just kind of like, you don't want to kill a large animal, blah, 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 because it's so much. Like, if they get hippy-dippy about it. you know,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, no, if you want to survive, you better, like a guy killed a moose.
Yeah.
It was like,
Shot it
that's-
right in the lung.
Yeah.
And sat there for 3 hours and watched it die.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Moose are dangerous, man.
Oh, yeah. They're fucking huge.
They're terrifying.
I think they said like an average male moose can weigh anywhere between like 550 to 900 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Then he cut that fucker up and carried it like piece by piece back to his fucking camp.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. But hey, he ate good.
They're dinosaurs, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, without being lizards, like they are. If you ever see an elk or a moose out in the wild, it's ungodly how huge they are.
They're like 9 feet tall, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. Not even counting the antlers and stuff. Like,
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. We have elk back in eastern Kentucky where I'm at. They released, and they're, I mean,
Just massive.
Yeah, you can go up to an airport area up there, and they just roam around this big open. Like they did mountaintop removal for coal mining, and so they just roam up there for miles and miles, and it's insane. They're
Dang.
gigantic.
That's
for sure.
crazy. I wonder what it takes to get on that show. Because I think I might apply.
Yeah,
Just,
go
I mean,
for it.
just to fucking try it. You know,
Yeah.
that's an experience
Sure,
like I'll
like-
never be able to fucking live out, like ever.
Hey, I'm Jerry. I have a podcast and saw this show. I was like, man, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Might as well.
Figure I'd get away from the wife and kids for as long as I can. And, hopefully I can make it 100 days or whatever. But
Yeah.
we're gonna give it a shot. I'd be that dude like first day just sitting there fucking crying like, I just want to shit with regular toilet paper. I can't wipe with this shit. Makes me itchy.
I need my bidet.
Yeah.
These pine cones are really raping my butthole. I can't wipe with them anymore.
There's no fucking food out here. I just want some chicken wings. They told me there'd be food to eat, but I haven't found any.
They took away my Chef Boyardee. It was my 10th item. I'm really pissed off.
I wonder, like, I'm sure there's a website where you could see, like, what items they're allowed to pick from.
Yeah.
Well, I want to check that out.
Yeah,
Let's see if I can find that real quick.
Now, a big part of like being on the show, they talk about it. Everybody has like a survivalist type of thing they do.
Yeah.
So they either train people to be survivalist, or they've been a survivalist of some sort. And usually, it's always somebody that's teaching something like that. So they always go back to their roots as far as they had some dudes in the military that trained people in the military how to survive in any kind of environment.
Yeah.
And
I'm surprised there's not more military dudes on there.
yeah, there's a few of them, I guess. But I guess after you get out of the military doing stuff like that, it's like, I don't want to do that again on purpose. Like, I'm done, man.
Here it is. Clothing, apparel, and personal effects. These items do not count towards the 10 special items, but may not exceed the approved quota for each. Well, there's actually like a pretty long list here.
Yeah, you got to have warm clothes and stuff. Be prepared for rain.
1 pair high leg hunting boots.
Yeah.
2 pairs of outdoor pants. Can unzip into shorts. That'd be my thing. I'd have to like take shorts.
Yeah.
I couldn't wear pants all the time. 1 t-shirt.
Dang.
I know. 2 fleece or wool shirts, hooded or unhooded. 3 pairs of wool socks. 1 hat, brimmed wool or baseball. 1 bandana or schmegma. Or no, that's not schmegma. What's that word? Number 7.
1 bandana or schmal? Shram?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Something. 1 pair of gloves, 1 light outdoor jacket, 2 pairs of underwear, 1 rain jacket and rain trousers, 1 thermal underwear long, 1 pair of gaiters, 1 pair of Crocs, Teva sandals or Keen sandals.
That's good.
1 toothbrush, 1 pair of prescription eyeglasses, and 1 personal photograph.
Oh.
Winter packs. These items were provided to each participant and did not count towards the 10 special items.
Dang.
A wool sweater, a pair of gloves, and a trapper's hat with ear protection or toboggan.
Cool.
Safety and tracking. We will provide the following items to each participant. These items do not count towards the 10 special items. 2 safety tools may consist of a canister of wild animal repellent, an air horn or flare, 1 rules and regulations guide, 1 backpack, a camera pack, camera equipment, 1 emergency flare, 1 satellite phone, 1 emergency personal flotation device, 1 first aid kit, military type, blah, 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 goes through the whole thing.
Yeah.
A small mirror, a 20 by 20 canvas tarp, a 10 by 10 tarp for protecting camera and equipment, 1 GPS tracking device, 1 headlamp, 1 emergency rations pack to include food and water. See, I didn't even know they had that.
Yeah.
I didn't know they gave them that.
And they never show that stuff because it's like, oh well, they don't even know that we have this. It's kind of like that Bear Grylls thing of like he would go stay at a hotel, but it looked like he was showing you how to survive out there.
Yeah.
But it's like come on, and they have to film all the stuff themselves because some people are like, well, who's filming it? And they get trained on how to use all the film equipment and how to charge the batteries and how to make sure everything's working. So they're doing all that themselves too. They're packing in a 80-pound crate of camera equipment with everything.
Now here's the each participant must choose 10 total items from the following list. Selections are final. Once chosen, no items may be swapped out or replaced. These will be each participant's unique tools used to survive in the wilderness on camera. There's actually, wow, there's like a lot of stuff here.
That they can choose from.
Wow, like there's a lot of stuff. We haven't even got to like the prohibited stuff yet. Let's see. You get a 12 by 12 ground cloth tarp, grommets approved. 8 millimeter climbing rope, 10 meters of that. 550 paracord, 20 meters. 1 hatchet, 1 saw, 1 axe. What would you rather have, a hatchet or an axe?
Axe.
Axe for sure. Yeah.
You're gonna have to cut some trees down.
1 bedding. 1 multi-seasonal sleeping bag that fits within provided backpack. 1 bivy bag, Gore-Tex sleeping bag cover, a sleeping pad, or a hammock.
Ooh, I can't believe people didn't bring a hammock.
I know.
Like,
hammocks are comfy as fuck.
That's what my one buddy, he was like, F all that stuff. He's like, I would have definitely used one of my items as a hammock. Just because sleeping on the ground, it really gets to you.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
For sure. Which
even if you just made a hammock like a foot off the ground.
Yeah.
That makes all the difference,
Yeah.
you know.
You could definitely, and a lot of people, like my first thing, I definitely would build some type of like cabin type deal, like that one chick did. She,
Yeah.
like, layered walls. And
Yeah.
filled it with stuff to make it
that shit was like
insulated.
legit, man.
Oh yeah. And then I would make like a perimeter around my campsite, like to have like sticks poking out with spear like ends on them.
Oh yeah.
Because dude, I mean, there's bears and everything coming around, like
Bears, rhinos, and shit. Barracudas.
Yeah, fix it up to where things can't get in there. Is the way I see it.
There's really like literally like too much stuff to fucking go on here. Like it
Yeah.
goes on to like hunting stuff, food. Like it lets them take 5 pounds of beef jerky, 5 pounds of dried pulses, lentils,
That sounds
5 pounds of biltong. I don't know, some kind of protein. Biscuits, chocolate. Well, it gives them like quite a bit of stuff. There's only 9 items. Like all 9 things would be food for me. Like, yeah, I'm out here, ain't doing shit. I'm eating good.
I got an axe
Yeah.
and jerky and biscuits and gravy.
All kinds of tools and stuff. Here's the prohibited items.
Okay, that's what we need to know.
It doesn't. I don't know. It says compass, but it's not like in the list. It just says compass.
Well, I would say they just don't want them to go trekking out too far.
Yeah.
Like they want to be able to get to them by helicopter or boat. So.
But it's like fuel, matches, bug spray, sunscreen, sunglasses, beauty products, maps. Yeah, it even says compass on here. Unapproved technology, anything with a battery or an engine. So no computers, cell phones, watches.
Yeah. No chainsaw.
Professional snares, firearms, ammunition, explosives, gunpowder, animal poison, professional fishing rods, fishing lures, fishing traps, food or beverage except the options in the list above, decoys, animal calls, tree stands, professional bows or crossbows, scopes, tent shelters, stoves or pressure cookers, hydration packs, fire pits, electric or propane lanterns, inflatable boats, filtration purification devices, coolers, or food storage boxes.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, it's intense, man. Like, until you've been out there camping and, like, or hunting or doing stuff like that and knowing that you have to figure it out. Like, it's intense stuff. Like, you really got to be prepared.
I'm liking what you said about the lady with, like, the log cabin thing with, like, the insulated walls and stuff. Like, that was a great idea.
She was...
Granted, it was still cold as fuck inside.
Yeah,
but imagine how cold it would have been if she didn't have that.
Right.
Like, she put a lot of thought into that.
Yeah. That's my thought. Every episode I've ever watched, I was like, just for safety-wise, like, I would build something that things are not going to get in.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have mice, and you're going to have small animals that
that aren't going to hurt you.
Right.
But you don't want to build something that a fucking bear's going to get in.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
That's just nuts.
Making a small log cabin, like, I've cut things down before and made little tree stands and stuff for fun as a kid. But, like, that's my first goal. Like... They put you in they scout out the spots they put you.
Yeah.
And there's pros and cons to every
Are they
spot.
not allowed to leave those spots, like to find shelter? Like they're given like a general area.
Right.
Right, I think.
Yeah, they can travel, you know, within the area they are, but they want to be close to that fresh water source.
Oh yeah. Everybody's usually like right there, like on a lake or a river or something.
Well, water is one of your biggest like commodities.
Oh yeah.
And so if it's a freshwater lake and it's really cold, like what is it, Canada or whatever they are, like you want to be close to that cold water because once it gets freezing, you don't really have to boil it as much, unless it's ice.
Yeah.
But you can just drink that straight cold water because there's not as many parasites or anything like that in them.
Yeah.
But yeah, when that lake froze over in season 6, man.
Oh yeah, like everybody's fishing pretty much took a shit.
Oh yeah.
And then like they just go out and just get snow.
Yeah.
And boil it up, fucking sit there and drink it, make broth and shit.
Yeah.
That one chick was like, "Yeah, I got a bunch of rabbit intestines. I was kind of hoping to use these as bait for something, but I'm gonna have to eat it myself."
Yeah.
And she's like squeezing the shit out of them, and I'm just like, "Oh God!" And like it shows her eating them, and she's like, "It's actually not too bad. It's not as bad as you think it'd be." And I'm just like, "Oh man!" But there was poop in there.
Yeah.
And like she's like boiling them and cleaning them and stuff. She was
Well, it was the one guy caught the trout or salmon that had the eggs in it, and then he got it out, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is eggs," and he put it in a sandwich bag and was like drinking the eggs as he just cut the fish open, and I'm like, man, salmonella junk, all that stuff. I was like, and he ended up getting pretty sick from it. I think that's what he got sick from. Anyway.
Yeah, that was I can't remember what his name was, but he was the one that was just like freaking out, and he was like sitting on the beach, and he was just like, "Give me the fire again! I need the fire in me." I think that's the same guy. Yeah.
It gets emotional. I mean, that part alone, just being
alone, yeah,
and like the psychological thing of because we get so used to having phones and we're always looking at them and stuff like that. When you're out there, you're talking to yourself. Nobody's talking back. Yeah. Some people can't. Some people fail because of that.
I think that dude actually, like, at one point he was like standing outside and he was talking to the camera or whatever, and like he stopped and looked around. He was like, "Hello?" He's like, "I thought I heard voices."
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, that seclusion that's a tricky mistress.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
We do got a celebrity death this week. Let's roll with it.
Yep.
How many fucks do I give? How many fucks do I give? None, not one, 0, 0, 0, done.
All right. Hopefully we don't get copyright striked on that one again.
Oh, we get copyright striked on?
Yeah, that was when I like went on and like played like the whole video and shit. And was like, "Oh wow, this is fucking trash." But We got a copyright strike. Doesn't hurt us or anything. It just
a strike.
they can fucking monetize that video and fucking
Yeah.
Woo.
Whatever. We're not making money.
Yeah. So this week, legendary filmmaker Joel Schumacher. You familiar with his work?
I am not. I probably
Really?
am once you bring it up, but I don't know specifically.
St. Elmo's Fire.
St. Elmo's Fire. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Okay. Lost Boys.
Yeah.
The Batman movies where they put the nipples on the bat suits. Yeah, he did that too. He did all that.
Wow, man. Yeah. So that name's familiar.
Yeah, I forget exactly. I've got the article up here. I forget exactly how he died,
Yeah.
but we're gonna find out here.
Hart got too excited rewatching his Batman movies with nipples and cock blockers on them.
Oh, let's see here. Yeah, he did the Batman and Robin, blah blah blah. But he died Monday, New York City. He was 80. The cause was cancer, with which he had been struggling for about a year. Yeah,
Dang.
it's kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, those are some Lost Boys alone.
Yeah.
That was
As soon as I heard, I was
man,
just like, "Damn, man! Like
Yeah.
Lost Boys is the shit."
for sure.
Like that movie alone, like probably helped shape me into the person I am today. Honestly, in some way, shape, or form. Because, I mean, I forget what year it came out. But I can remember being a little kid watching it and just fucking loving it.
Well, the Coreys.
Yeah, had the
they were
Coreys
on-
in it.
Yeah, so that was back.
Not to mention fucking Kiefer Sutherland with that fucking badass blonde mullet,
Mm-hmm.
and the dude from Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
You know,
What was his name?
in the movie,
Well, just in general.
something Winters.
Yeah.
I can't remember what his fucking name was.
But yeah, that would have been late '80s, right?
Oh yeah, it was definitely late. I don't want to say 87,
Right.
88, something like that.
Right.
Like I can remember being a little kid
Yeah.
and watching it, like man, this is the shit, man. Like
Yeah.
them Frog Brothers, man. They ride them bikes and they got all that vampire killing stuff on their backs,
Back
like,
when you didn't have to wear helmets or seatbelts,
yeah,
It was
exactly.
the
That-
good old days.
That's always been like one of those movies for me. That's like, it's always been a favorite,
Yeah.
and it kind of still is a favorite.
Right.
Like it's probably top 10 maybe if I had to
Yeah.
break it down. But it was just always such a good movie, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I've not watched it recently to see how good it holds up, but I feel like
It's been a while, I think, since I've watched it.
yeah. So,
but-
but like being our childhood,
Oh,
it would hold
yeah.
up perfect for us. Like,
Oh, yeah.
just like no, I don't care if it's like not socially accepted to say this or do that anymore. Like
Yeah.
that's our childhood, socially unacceptable.
Can't fuck with the childhoods, man.
Right.
But based on that alone, I mean, I wasn't like heartbroken or anything when I found out he died. I mean, fuck, he was 80 years old.
Right.
It's kind of what old people do.
But just the milestone he left.
Yeah.
I mean, the Batman movies, Batman and Robin and stuff. Jeez.
Yeah. Granted, they were trash, but,
But
I mean,
still,
he still
it's-
did it.
you
Yeah.
can still watch it if it came on.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Especially that one with Alicia Silverstone in it. She was a
Dude.
fox back in the day.
Talk about my childhood.
There you go. I better not say that, man. Somehow fucking start protesting me. He called Alicia Silverstone a fox. I'm like, well, she was,
She recognizes as a woman, not an animal. It's not socially acceptable.
Hey, she could be a furry. You don't fucking know, man.
It's hard to
Did
say.
you just assume her sexual kink?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what
Yeah.
people would get mad about.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very true. But I mean, I'm gonna have to go a solid 6 on old Joel Schumacher, man. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go. I don't know. I'm always a little higher. I think I'll say a 7, just for what he did,
You go
what he's
7?
made. And I'm sure there's more movies out there that I don't.
Oh, I'm sure there
realize
probably is.
That
Yeah.
I would be like, oh my gosh, oh yeah.
I mean, I can pull it up. We can actually see.
IMDb him.
Yeah.
I love that
Let's see.
site, man. I hit IMDb up constantly.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I think that person played in this. No, they didn't. Oh, yeah? Well,
Yeah.
I'm bringing the future into
Guess
it.
again. Let's see. IMDb. Let's see here. I'm sure he's got a list of accomplishments here. Come on. Show me all filmography. Oh, it just fucking came up here. Let's see. Well, he's got director, writer, producer. Let's just go. Let's go director.
Yeah. That'll be the stuff you like.
Let's see. Wow, I didn't even know this. And this. Oh man, I'm gonna have to change my fucking
Boom, boom,
thing for sure. The number 23 with Jim Carrey.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but I'm kind of obsessed with the number 23.
For real?
Yeah, like I've got it tattooed on my wrist. I got it tattooed on the
Wow.
back of my arm.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of other tattoos have like 23s in them somewhere. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to up my
up the ante.
I'm gonna go.
Those were rookie numbers you gave up there.
Yeah, that totally are. I'm actually gonna have to pull that one up here, man. Where's it at here? Yeah, rookie numbers on
I gotta
6.
pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Wow. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that just for tribute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was born April 23rd. 23 is a big number for me too.
there you go.
I really get into it.
Yeah, he did the number 23, which was good. He did Phone Booth, 8mm, which was a great flick. Yeah, that was really good.
Dang, man.
A Time to Kill, The Client.
What?
Yeah, that was a good one.
How is his name not more known?
I know. Falling Down with Michael Douglas.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, Flatliners. I forgot about that one.
Jeez, man.
Lost Boys, St. Elmo's
I'm glad I
Fire.
went 7 and didn't give him a measly 6 like you did.
I know, man. Let's see. That was just director. Let's see what he wrote.
Jeez, it's hard to say if he was directing that stuff.
Nothing good. No. Sadly, nothing
Never
good.
mind. Let's not look at that one.
Let's see producers. Oh, speaking of Alicia Silverstone, he was an executive producer on The Babysitter with her. You ever see that?
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good movie. I enjoyed that.
Let's see. Nothing good there. Nah, I mean,
But still, what
Yeah.
you already brought up is pretty enticing.
yeah,
Gotta
very
say.
much so.
What do you want to change your number to then? 6 to
I mean, my gut's telling me to go with 2.3 for 23, but that just seems a little low.
yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to go a 9,
Yeah.
honestly.
I'll take that.
You
for
know,
you.
like that movie right there alone. Just it. Have you ever seen it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
When that movie first came out, like I was kind of like, that was a pretty good flick, and then I started I'd watch it again, and then I was like, man, yeah, I wonder how many 23s are actually out there. So then, like, I would be standing there, like, reading menus and shit, and I'd be like, holy shit, those fucking numbers equal 23. And I'd just, like, my phone number, birthday, social security
Yeah.
number, address, all kinds of shit was adding up to. I was like, holy fucking shit, man,
Yeah.
23's fucking everywhere. And then
Yeah.
it fucking ruined me for
Right.
like the longest time.
Yeah. Marked you. With
Yeah,
the tattoos and stuff.
it did, man.
Marked you hard.
So then, you know, after that kind of cooled down, I was like, oh well, you know, I'm not really gonna let it like rule my life here or anything.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's kind of cool,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, my brother got into numbers there for a little bit. He would see the number 11 all the time, or double numbers. So every time he would
Yeah.
look at the clock, it'd be like 2:22, or
Oh, wow.
3:33, or
4:44, 5:55, shit
every
like that.
time. And
Wow.
which I was kind of like, well, okay, like don't get too crazy about it, because like I get that you see that all the time, but how many times do you look at the clock a day? And it's
Yeah.
not anything, so you don't pay attention.
Right.
But at the same time, he just kind of hushed about it. I'm sure he still sees it all the time, but he was like, okay, people think I'm crazy, so I'm just going to stop talking about it.
Right.
But I started looking it up online, and was like, there's a lot of people that see that. And not zodiac signs, but people have different things that kind of stuff can mean. And I was
Right.
trying to find the positive stuff on it, and there was a lot of positives of like, it's a good thing. It's not, you're not going to die next week or anything like that. But
Yeah.
so I try to fill him in on the good stuff that people say about it. And yeah, he just quit talking about it eventually.
It's weird though, man. You get sucked into the rabbit hole, and
Oh yeah,
it pulls you in, man.
yeah. My wife
Yeah.
has to back me off of conspiracy theories all the time. Not that I'm like, this is real, but I'm just like, hey, have you heard this? And like, no, I don't want to hear it. And I'm like, come on, it's not that big a deal. Like, just
It's interesting.
it's funny. Like, you should
Yeah.
know about it. So if people bring it up, you can be like, oh yeah, my husband's crazy and he was talking about that.
Well, she's in a profession where you think she would kind of want to know, like what
Yeah.
like rumors and shit are,
Right.
Just so
Well-
she could like kind of dispel that a little bit. You
yeah.
think?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
they do go over like some of the like popular phrases or sayings and stuff like that. Like, they have little meetings. They have to sit down. Like, if a patient says this is what they mean.
Right.
And she deals with like a lot of HIV patients and stuff. So like in the homosexual community and stuff like that, they keep them up to beat on like what's the new slang for
The lingo.
yeah, the lingo for all this
Yeah.
stuff. So she come and told me a few that I was like, yeah, I've never heard that. And, I mean, I'm not gay, but I've not heard that one.
What's something that really surprised you that she said?
Oh, I
She was
couldn't-
like, "Oh, that's a slang term for that," and you're just like, "What?"
Well, the one that I kind of knew a little bit about just by being weird and like, oh, that's weird. I want to learn about that.
Yeah.
Not do it, but know about it. But sounding. Sounding rods. I'm glad you didn't know what it means.
What the fuck is a sounding rod?
If you go to like Hustler of Hollywood and different stuff like that, you're going to find a section that's in a case that has stainless steel rods that sometimes can be up to an inch thick, but usually are pretty small, like a knitting needle,
Yeah.
but long. And a sounding rod is when they put this
hold
rod.
on. You're either there's two orifices here. I'm thinking
Okay, what do you think it is?
it's either a dick hole or a butthole.
Dick hole.
Ugh.
Yeah, they'll put these sounding rods down through the penis hole, and it goes down and hits the what's the G spot for dudes?
Like the
Back around the butthole,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
the prostate.
Yeah, that's
So
the thing.
It goes down and hits the prostate from the
Through
inside.
the penis hole.
Yeah, and they can vibrate the rod, of course, because it's stainless steel metal, and it'll
Yeah.
vibrate more. But yeah, it's a kink that's out there. The sounding rods.
Wow.
Sounding. If you look it up, you're gonna find some stuff.
I don't think I want to watch a video on
Yeah,
that.
We'll wait till the podcast is over. I'll bring up a few things I got bookmarked.
I was gonna say you got some bookmarks.
But that was probably the biggest one that I was like, that's weird. And so me and my buddy were hanging out. I was like, hey, let's go hit Hustler of Hollywood. We were just out running around to like shopping centers and stuff. I was like, let's go in there. I want to see if this is in there. And I found it, and I was like, dude, you know what this is? And I started explaining it to him, and he's like, what? And then a lady came over to be like, hey, can you use some help? And I was like, how much does that stuff cost? I'm like, I'm not going to buy it, but I just want to know more about it.
Right.
And so she laughed and was like, okay.
You would think
too.
that would just be like obstructing, like your orgasm.
Apparently it's a thing. I mean, somebody figured it out, and people do it. So
It would like back up like through into your urethra.
Well, and like I
go to,
said,
your kidneys and shit,
they
your
have
bladder
up
or
to like
something.
an inch around down to smaller sizes. So I'm sure with whatever people are into.
Yeah, but I think even if you took like a knitting needle,
yeah,
like my pee hole's not that fucking big.
right. Well,
I mean, it might be.
skin stretches, man.
Yeah, but
I mean, a vagina pops out a baby.
that's
8
true.
pounds, 6 ounces. You know.
But could you imagine an inch wide rod run through the head of your dick? Like your dick opened up and ate it? Like how would you even fucking like do they start small and just get bigger?
See,
like are they tapered?
I don't. Well, the ones that we saw were all like they were small at the tip and then larger in the center.
Right.
But yeah, I don't
That's
know
just fucking
that much
crazy.
into it. But
How long were these rods?
I mean, they were, some of them 12 inches, some of them 8, just
God
depending on what you need,
damn.
of course. The 3-incher was fine, but I mean, I guess depending on how deep you got to go.
That's rough, man.
Yeah, I mean, don't kick it till you try it, I guess. Yeah, she's
I mean,
still
no, I'm gonna kick that motherfucker down the road real
Your
quick.
wife's still on vacation this week. You still got time. Sunday's a couple days
Fuck
away. So.
That man. I don't think I've ever stuck anything in my dick hole.
You go to a yard sale and you're like, oh, so you guys used to crochet? You do knitting? You're like, yeah.
That's one thing I'm yet to see at a yard sale. Is like
Sex
sex
toys.
toys. Yeah,
I'm sure they're out there.
I'm sure they are too.
What is that wife? I saw she sells stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and there was people
Yeah.
selling used lingerie, and the people are like commenting like, "Was this used?" I'm like, yeah, we washed it, and they're like, "You're disgusing! I can't believe you put used." Blah blah.
It's
blah.
just clothing.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was like, but of course it was used during coitus and stuff, so it's like, oh, well, I get that's a little grosser in your head, but at the same time,
At the same time,
have
you
you
know,
never?
how many times are you gonna wash that pair of socks?
Yeah,
from
exactly.
college, and rewear them.
You washed those? I just kind of threw them away when I started cracking and breaking up.
Once they started to disintegrate in your hand, they were pretty much useless.
Dunzo.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts, man.
Yeah. Learn something new every day. You know?
Yeah, very true. Very true. But hey, that is going to be our time this week, folks. I want to thank Mr. Welldagum for coming in and filling the very big shoes of Dusty B. I think you made him proud, man. You did really good today,
I
man.
hope so. I hope I brought enough to the table that people can say, ugh.
I'm thinking we might have to kick old Dusty off the controls, man. Have you in here every week, man.
Got to do something.
I don't know. But no, you did great, man. You
I
did really
appreciate
good.
it.
I'm proud of you. I'm sure you didn't bring shame to the house of Dusty, that's for sure. You made him proud. So
I'm glad.
I'll talk to him and find out what he thinks.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's all good things, man.
He'd be
All
like, did you
good things.
sanitize that keyboard after he was there? That gross dude with his sounding rods. That's ugh.
Like he kept banging something on the keyboard. It just kept going ding, ding. I could feel it vibrating in the floor, man. It was fucking crazy. But
Had a little bell on the end of it. It's
yeah.
weird.
But yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Even though we only had 2 comments on YouTube, that was Dustin himself and KYHBB bot. And all it said was like, share, subscribe. So I'm going to tell you to do that right now too. Like, share, subscribe. Follow us on all the social media platforms at KYHBB official. That's Facebook. That's YouTube. Fucking brain fart here.
Yeah.
Twitter, Instagram, all that shit.
MySpace. Yeah.
I don't really post a whole lot. Usually the only time I post something is like Saturday nights when I'm watching fights and I just want to fucking bitch at Daniel Cormier for fucking ruining my night by having to speak. But I mean, I do interact on some things. You know, I will like and share and subscribe to your stuff as well, or follow or whatever the fuck it is. But, but yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in.
Make sure to
Seems
go out there and check out Welldagum podcast.
Yeah.
Same thing here. All the social medias, Welldagum podcast, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I don't post a lot either. Go check us out. Check out the episodes. We got up to 80-some episodes. They're fun, short episodes. Just check them out and listen.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
I got to get back on it, man. I got to get. I'm not in the 300 club like KYHBB, but I'm getting there. Yeah.
Hey, it took us a long time to get there, man. In March it'll be 8 years, man.
8 years.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing like a big 8-year anniversary show.
Yeah, you need to do that.
I think we need to do something. Hopefully all this fucking coronavirus shit's fucking passed over. We can get some actual people that aren't afraid to fucking get out of their house and come in here and do it, man.
Yeah, you have to set up like a booth so they can just walk from the outside and stand out in the backyard and do their little bit.
There
and
you
leave.
go.
If they're
Get like a
worried about it.
sanitizing booth, just have them come in, fucking spray them down. Then when they leave, spray them down again. Look like fucking like a decontamination thing.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
You could probably find some of that stuff around here.
I mean, really, you just need some plastic wrap and some fucking like Lysol, I guess.
Yeah. Get you a set of sounding rods just in case.
You never
Yeah,
know.
come
Like,
in.
hold on, this is the latest test. We got to try this. I thought this was through the nose. No, it's through the penis.
No, trust us. We know what
Yeah.
we're doing. We know a doctor.
We're professionals. A doctor told us about this. So it's a surefire way, man. If you don't orgasm, you got it. You got to leave. But yeah, with that being said, I'm your host, Jerry Saylor.
And I'm the not leftward sloping Welldagum.
Are you not leftward sloping?
More to the right.
Really? More to the
Yeah,
right? Are you
yeah.
right or left-handed?
Right-handed.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know, right? I think it was the accident I had at 8 years old. We'll talk about that next time.
I was going to say, like, hold on. Let's part 2. Cut. Yeah, we're out of here. See ya. Stay sober, Toby.